Hello friends, it's your girl Kirby and I'm here with another video. Today I am making a wig and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to film it for you guys. Let's get some motivation, let's do this together. So if you're in a cozy, if you're just enjoying your weekend and you're just thinking, do you know what, I need a cup of tea, get yourself a coffee or a cup of tea and chill, and let's get some motivation together because today I'm going to make a wig. But I'd love to say this is a review on another fresh new hairpiece. It's actually not. I've had this unit for a while and I thought I would just make it into a wig. This closure was not a very good closure in the end, but you know what, I just thought I would just use it anyway, and sometimes you just have to make the most out of stuff that you already have. So if you have that old closure in the cupboard, just take it out, wash it, girl. Let's get this unit together. Let's do it together. This is how I normally bleach my knots for my closures. I always use my hairspray, any spray really. I mean, I just have my got to be glued spray. You can use any holding spray, and I just spray it onto the hair just to make it like tacky and just stay together, and it just makes not catching those wispy ends better for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and work tidy. That's one of my main mottos. I always say to myself, like, work tidy, make sure I'm organized, I've got all my stuff ready, and then I'm ready to go. So I'm just gonna use the blue powder, the blue bleaching powder. Obviously it comes in blue, or you can get the white one, but I tend to get the blue one because I just feel like it gives me a better result. But you can use any bleaching powder, but again, this is what I use. So I'm going to go ahead and use the blue one, and I'm going to mix that in the bowl with my peroxide as well. I only use 6%. I would always guarantee I'd always suggest that you use a 6%. You can use a higher percentage, but we're not bleaching it, we're not going like super light, we're literally bleaching the knots back to like a nice brown, and we kind of don't even want to lift it to orange. If you leave it on too long, then obviously it will hit orange or hit even blonde. It can do, depending on the quality of your hair. But again, like I said, this is an old closure. Hair quality isn't really good. Obviously bleaching the knots, it didn't really matter because there was no way it was gonna hit that color shade. It was always gonna be in the dark brown. Hopefully I was really praying that it would actually lift, and it actually did lift quite well. Just me remembering to wear gloves. I always say, like, remember to wear gloves because this is a harsh product. You don't want any of this to go onto your skin because it can cause these skin reactions and things like that. So you just always want to be mindful of that. Be careful, like have windows open, make sure it's a well ventilated room. You're not just in a small room dealing with bleach, because obviously it is a strong smelling product, and obviously you don't want to be breathing any of that in. So I just thought I'd just do my health and safety bit there and let you guys know that, just to stay safe. Anyway, so I normally mix this in like 1 part bleach, 1 part peroxide, mix it together, and I always like to have like this thick consistency. Like, how do you explain it? It's not like yogurt, but like kind of thick. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want it runny, you want it quite thick to the point where you scoop it up with the brush. Thickness, that's how thick you want it, like a thick paste. So I'm just making sure that I mix my products really well. My bathroom was actually quite cool when I was making this, so it did take a while for the granules, for it to not to be so grainy, like with the granules in it. I did have to really like mix it up. But normally when your room's quite warm, this solution will mix up a lot better. But again, my bathroom was kind of cold, so when I mixed this together, it did take a while to get rid of the granules. So yeah, that's me just showing you the thickness. Can you see, like, it just doesn't drip off? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's that thick. That just makes life easier for you. Also, if you do it that thick, it won't run into the hair, the rest of the hair, because you only want to bleach the knots. You don't want it to move to the rest of the hair because that would just be really annoying, which means you have to go back in and color the roots of your closure, which is just a nightmare if you manage to do it. You can always recover, you can always fix it, but for me that just seems long, and then you'd have to have more color as well, which again, I'm just trying to save you money. You don't want to be spending more money on color to correct a problem when you could have just made your paste thicker, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I just went ahead and did it that way. So anyway, this is how, again, just saying again, this is how I make my closures, the way I make them. This is just, I like doing this process. So I'm using my brush and I'm just doing section by section, just making sure that I am covering it completely, and just keep checking that I'm actually covering the knots, but also I don't want to be too heavy handed and it's a push through the mesh, because again, if it hits the rest of the hair, then it's going to just cause more problem and then have to go back and do lots of correction, which is not something I want to do. I just want to be quick and make my wig and get myself together, because honestly, like, I don't know, it's this thing, like when your hair is not right, you just don't feel content. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just such a boost, a mood boost when your hair's done, hair's on point, and you just feel good, you feel confident, you just feel happy, you just sort it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't wear wigs all the time. I have been doing a lot of my natural hair. As you see, like in previous videos, I actually shaved off all my hair and just went back natural because my hair was literally breaking. It was so dry and I don't know what was going on, but I just had to. I just felt like, oh, also I was suffering with really bad headaches, and I just couldn't figure out why. I was constantly getting migraines every single day. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm dehydrated, maybe I need to have more vitamins. Like, I was doing all this extra stuff and it just wasn't working. And my hair was so brittle, you guys. Like, I can't explain it. It was just so brittle and dry. And then when I'd wash my hair as well, like, and brush it, my scalp would hurt, feel really, really sore and tender. And so I woke up one morning and I knew I needed to get my hair done. I needed to like brush it and just get it ready. And I was like, do you know, I was just dreading it. You know when you're dreading doing your hair? And I just thought, you know what? I can't do this. I can't. So I just got the clippers. Like, I've got the boys' hair clippers because obviously you see in previous videos, like I do barbering. I clip the boys' hair. So I just got the clippers, put it on a number one, and just shaved all my hair off. And I just can't explain to you how I just can't explain to you how free I felt. I felt so free. I felt so good. So good. And I could just like feel my own scalp and rub my own hair, and it just felt so good. I could just wash, condition, treat my hair normally. I could touch my scalp. It felt so good. It was so strange because I stopped getting headaches. I stopped getting migraines. Like, they were so bad. It was like the front of my head was hurting, the back of my head, like the migraine was just so painful every day, and they stopped completely. Kid you not, they stopped completely. It was so good. So yeah, that is my journey, and I did that, I think it was last year. And so now obviously my natural hair, I'm growing my natural hair, so I've been doing a lot of protective styling, plaiting, twisting, cane rows, just enjoying my own natural hair. But my headaches are gone completely, which I'm so happy about, but also I'm just so happy to embrace my natural hair and enjoy it. Saying this, I'm still making my wig because I just want to change, and I just feel like, do you know what, I haven't had a wigs in for ages. My last style, I did the crochet twist, which came out really nice. I really loved the feeling of them. They just felt so lovely, and it was so easy to do. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link at the top of this video so you can watch that video of how I did the crochets. But I really love that style, that protective style, and I think I'll do something like that again. Just love it, love it, love it. But I just thought, I woke up in the morning, I was like, do you know what, I've got this hair, I've got this closure, let me just make it into a wig. And if it doesn't come out great, then it doesn't matter, because I can always comb row my hair and put it in a different style. But yeah, I really wanted to try it. So this is the closure. Sorry, I just had to like tell you that story. This is the closure now, and you can see I did leave the bleach, the lightening product, but we call it bleach really, on for a little bit long, but it does stop working after 20 minutes, these things do. So as you can see, it had lightened up the knots. So I'm going to go ahead and wash that off and make sure that I thoroughly wash off the mesh, make sure that none of the bleach is kept in there, and just give it a good wash and conditioner, because obviously I just want it to go back to a nice soft texture. And also I just want this unit to last, because I do know that bleaching the knots is quite harsh on this hair, so you are going to get a bit of shedding. I think I did get quite a bit of shedding on this unit. Again, this closure wasn't good. It just wasn't a good quality closure. I think I picked up a long time ago, but it wasn't expensive either. Like, you know, sometimes you touch the hair quality and you know it's not a great quality, but you're just like, you know what, I'm going to use it. Let me put it back at the drawer and I'll use it, you know. But now I'm going to use it because I don't have any other hair. So I thought, you know what, let me just try it. So yeah, this is me washing. I'm going to give it a thorough shampoo and conditioner. I always tend to like to work clean, so I always try to just make sure that I tidy as I go along. So when I finished bleaching my closure, I then just had to wash up behind myself, make sure that it was all tidy, and then by the time I've done that, then my closure was then ready to be rinsed off. So yeah, that's just of habit. I think I always just learned that at the salon. I was working at the salon. One of my first jobs was working in the salon, and my mentor always said to me, you know, work tidy, work clean. And so that's always been instilled in me, like, just make sure you tidy as you go along, which is great because sometimes you're working in a salon and you get those people, if you're that person, stop doing it. You just be in the middle of doing a colour, or you'll be doing colours and stuff, and you just leave the bowls in the sink, in the basin, and then someone else is taking a client over to do the washing conditioner. Like, wash up behind yourself. So you just don't want to be that girl. You don't want to be that girl. So just tidy up as you go along. Tidy up. So yeah, there's my rant. So yeah, finished conditioning. I'm just conditioning the closure now, and just making sure that it's fully. I think I still have some shampoo in actually. I shampooed that really, really well, but I just needed to make sure that there was no bubbles, no nothing, and that I can really get a good conditioner. This one at the moment, I'm using Pantene. Is it Pantene? A Pantene conditioner. I really like that conditioner actually. I use it for any of my extension hair. I put that on. Obviously for my own natural hair journey, I'll use like different combinations. But I'm really into masks at the moment, mask treatments. I find that they just, my hair literally just absorbs the conditioner. So, and I just feel like when I wash and when I blow dry it, my hair comes out so much better. I'm also started doing a lot more silk presses now myself. But if you want to see a video of how I do a silk press, then comment below and let me know if you'd like to see that, and I'll try and make sure I do that for my next video. And I'm just making sure that it's fully conditioned. Sometimes if you work the conditioner in your hands, you can work the conditioner into the hair, and as you do that, you're actually warming up the hair, which allows the conditioner to work even better. So there's a tip for you, just so you know. But that's what I was doing there. And yeah, I've just given it a rinse out, and that is the closure. And it just looks so good. It looks so see-through. It's what you want. You want it to look transparent, the lace. It just transforms it, really does. I think you could just do it with any closure, you know, because like I said before, that closure was not good quality at all, and the fact that I transformed that with a bit of bleach, beautiful. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the wig together. I got a new wig cap. Oh, it's really weird now. They're doing the wig caps differently now, which is kind of nice because they're more breathable, whereas before we had I was making it from this stocking one, which is actually thicker. But this one's actually felt more meshy, more breathable. So it's like a thinner stocking cap, which I really, really like. The sewing machine, it was quite easy for the sewing machine. It didn't get clogged up. It didn't get trapped. It really did glide under the needle. So yeah, I do enjoy making wigs on a sewing machine. I used to do it by hand, and then I just thought, you know what? I love sewing. I might as well just pass it through the sewing machine and see if it's okay. The sewing machine that I had before absolutely hated me sewing wigs because it would get trapped in the machine. It would stop. It would just run really slowly. I don't know what, I can't even remember what make it was, but that sewing machine itself just really struggled with sewing wigs. But then I picked up this sewing machine. I think it's like an older version, but I think it's a John Lewis own brand sewing machine. not that expensive. I think it's more of that inexpensive range. This sewing machine was really good. Like, it didn't get clogged up, it didn't get chewed. It could literally glide over the hair and the mesh stocking. So yeah, overall I love this machine because it hasn't, touch wood, it has not caused me problems at all. It's been really, really good. So 100% recommend that machine. This is the wig so far. I've just put the closure part on. So as you can see, I've just sewn it onto the stocking, and then after that, I know it's completely secure. I'll just cut it out, cut around it, and then try to cut it as close to the stitch as possible, just so it's like less than, if you're a sewer, then if I talk seam allowance, then I'd say it's like 0.2 seam allowance that I'm leaving behind as I cut around. That just kind of gives you an indication of how much I'm leaving around the wig. But yeah, overall, love how this came out. It is kind of relaxing. Like, I find sewing so relaxing and so chilled. So this was such a lovely weekend to just be able to just get something done that I know I can just use when I'm in between hairstyles, or I'm just not sure how I want my hair to be that week. I've got my wig I can just pop on and go about my day. So as you can see, the fabric from that mesh, can you see how see-through it is? It's really nice. It's like really breathable. So that is what the closure is looking like now. So I'm going to just make sure that I'm trimming threads off as I go along, because I just don't like it at the end when you've got all these threads and you're like, oh my gosh. Have a look at the end of this video and see how this wig came out, because I am obsessed, you guys. Totally obsessed with how this wig came out. I just love how it sits, and I managed to flat iron and style it. You know when you just have those good days where you manage to style the hair and it actually comes out how you envisioned it? Like, it actually came out how I envisioned it. So I was super happy with the result. And yeah, comment below, let me know what you guys think.